Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions at 12 noon, or it's actually 12:06 now. As soon as I can come on. And just put your questions in the chat before I begin. And then during the live stream, anything in all caps is how you communicate with me. Other than that, please just type normally. We have a great community. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So kind to each other, so helpful to each other. So it's wonderful. And you guys have whole conversations. So 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country, and that's an ongoing thing. And I think there's not a lot. We just have a great community, and I'm here every day, and I give 10% of my income to an established charity. That's just how I roll. Also, I want to thank Flora right at the top before I jump into questions. I gotta make sure this fits. No, not in the right place. Yeah, I guess. This one needs to go in a little bit more. Good enough. All right, here we are. There we go. Flora, thank you, Flora. I've got to give you a special shout out and thank you. Look at these nails. They go from like a goldish brown to pink, depending on what angle you're looking at. Are these amazing? Thank you, Flora. Thank you. I mean, I'm wearing, you can't tell, I'm wearing 3 different colors of lipstick to try and catch some of the brown and the pink, but it of course doesn't work that as well. But this is amazing. Thank you. Yes, perfect. It's perfect. They're amazing. Okay, and of course my Votes for Women pin here because voting is good. All right. I was able to grab a bunch of questions when I first came on, and then I think there's that. Okay, so this is related. I just need to copy in this, and then I will start in on the questions. There's one from Eileen for number 10. And I just need to grab 2 more. Oh wait, that's something about because I'm going to read on, you guys were asking about something about a Biden executive order. Was that on here? Well, I'm just going to put it here anyway. And all right, almost, and then we can go. All right, and then, Lauren wants to know about Chuck Grassley. All right, that'll be our 12th question for today. And now we are cooking with gas. All right. Okay, safe. All right. All right, let's just jump in. It's question number 5. Thank you, Electra. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. All right. The first thing I was going to talk about briefly was at 4 minutes 30 seconds in. I thought we would. Let me just pull up this chart that I was looking at earlier this morning. Yeah, Grassley needs a retirement plan. Yes, I'm totally in agreement with that. All right, share. No, share screen, Chrome tab. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay, this, as far as I can tell, this is the chart. I got this off of Astro Theme. I want to give them full credit here. They're the easiest, it's the easiest site if I'm just online and I just want to, just a snapshot. I want to see where the planets are going to be, like where the planets are at the moment. Not related to my chart, not related to anything else. So just go to Astro Theme, chart of the moment. It's usually on the left, and then you're here. When I was looking at that this morning, I thought, well, I should just move it forward a little bit. So I moved it up to this Thursday, 8 p.m. I don't know why it made it 40 seconds, in Washington, D.C. And this is the chart of the January 6th Select Committee, the first hearings when it's supposed to start, which means it's also the chart of the hearings overall and what effect they may have. This is, so when something happens, people have charts, countries have charts, events have charts, a group of events have charts. So this is when the hearings are going to be on. Now, it's always good to start out with the sun. The sun is in Gemini. See, you can even see it right above. I'm pointing at the screen like that can help. But in that yellow box, it says sun, 19 degrees, 8 minutes, Gemini. And then there's Gemini. Yeah, see, this is nice. In theory, if you can see the text at all, you can see what the things mean as I'm talking here for just a minute. Geminis are traditionally talkative. I mean, they're communicators. They are the communicators of the zodiac. Johnny over at Tarot's Apprentice, he's amazing. He's a Gemini. He can have 6-hour late night live streams. And I'm after an hour and a half here, I am exhausted. So, and also, I'm not seeing anything in the chat. So if you're just listening, that's great. But if stuff like this doesn't interest you at all, let me know. Let me know in the chat what, if you want me to do quick things like this. So, hello, healing medium. All right, so Sun is in Gemini. It's the sign of communication. That's good. That is a natural communicator from the core. The moon will be up here in this. There's the moon in Libra. Libra is it's, some people think it's always the sign of the lawgiver because of the scales, but it's actually the Sagittarius managed to steal a lot of that thunder. What Libra excels at is seeing both sides of issues, of being fair to the point of, it can be and when it's negative, it can be indecisive. There's the joke, and there are good and bad sides to every sign. But there's the joke about how many light bulbs does it take? How many Libras does it take to change a light bulb? 2. No. 1. No. 3. No. 2. So, all right, good. All right. So they're going to communicate well. They're going to be fair. It doesn't mean they're going to go easy. But if there is someone who if there's someone who was constantly, caught in a relationship between two people and they just can't decide, look for some kind of Libra that's under a lot of stress. So anyway, but it's also, anyway, I'm not going to second guess what negativity I might get for saying some of these things. I'm just going to keep on going. Sun, the core is a communicator. Moon, emotional need of the hearings overall. There's an emotional need for fairness, to get to get that balanced view of the reality. So that's pretty good. The ascendant here is actually in Sagittarius. The ascendant is how you put yourself forward, what you look like to others. This is, some people call this the front door. This is your front door. I have Saturn on my ascendant, which is why you constantly see the meticulousness and the persnicketyness. It's like I can't show up without all the stuff, and it has to be just right. And so, well, this ascendant right here in Sagittarius, if I'm not mistaken, the ascendant of the United States is Sagittarius. I use the Sibley chart, which would be good. It would be a Sagittarius is our a Sagittarius ascendant is our idea of being seen as the melting pot. That's Sagittarius down to his little, from the top of his head to the bottom of his hooves, to what's over the next horizon, what's over there, what culture over there has learned something I could learn from. It's an open-mindedness. It's a willingness. It's a willingness to try, and that's us. So I like that it's in the same sign as the U.S. chart. Other than that, one thing that jumped out at me was this. This is Mars, which is in Aries. Mars rules Aries, so Mars is home. Mars is happy. If anything, Mars might let it all hang out a little bit. And it is sitting on what's called the point of fortune. I mean, literally like 34 minutes away or something. Not even not barely more than half a degree away. The point of fortune is a mathematical point, and it explains here how it's, what it means. But the upshot is, it puts it really well. It has nothing to do with fortune. In modern astrology, it enhances a planet or angle when in close conjunction with it. It amplifies meanings associated with that point. So Mars here in its own sign is being amplified. And this Mars, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Depending on how you do your chart, this is saying the way this is done, it's in the 4th house, which is the house of home, which would be our domestic life. And it is up here. The moon is at 18. There's a 7-degree difference between Mars over here at 11, the moon over there at 18. So they're not exactly opposite, but they're close because the moon has such a wide sphere of influence, which is called the orb. So they're opposite each other. So there's some balancing out there, which is good, because this Mars is telling me the people on this committee, they are not happy. And they're not going to be pulling punches about what they know, what they uncovered, how they present it. If anything, I'm kind of glad that the moon is across the way in Libra. And it's not exact. So it's not going to be wildly disruptive or potentially disruptive, but it's going to have a tempering influence. That makes me happy. And that Mars, that blue line that goes over to the ascendant, that is positive. That is called a trine. It's here, and then for every sign, go just add 30, 30, 60, 90, 120. 120 degrees away from the ascendant, that's a trine. That is positive energy, just flows. That tells me, because this ascendant, if you look at this ascendant, you've got the sun opposite. And other than that, you've got a whole lot of blue lines coming off here. You do have some stuff over here that's in conjunct, but for the most part, the sun is supportive, the moon is supportive, that whole Mars thing is supportive. Well, according to this, it's saying the Jupiter is supportive. It's a little wide for me. but this is going to present well, is what this is saying. All right. So I just wanted to go through that. Whew. Even the midheaven, how it succeeds, how it kind of goes up in status. It's in the first degrees of Libra. So again, there will be this element of it being seen as fair, even if the people on the far right aren't listening. So, and lastly, the North Node here, this thing looks like a horseshoe. That's there. If you want to know what a North Node is, that'll explain it. But it's in Taurus. And in Taurus, Taurus is the first earth sign. It's very practical. It's very down to earth, grow the crops. It needs practicality. It needs material. So yeah, they're here to set forth. The hearings are here to set forth things in a practical way. And it's within 5 degrees, it's a little wide, but 5 degrees of Mercury, which is how they communicate. A little trouble with Saturn over there. Other than that, good stuff. Lots of blue lines. All right. So that's that. I just wanted to make sure we went through that. I thought it might help. I thought it might give you some positive feelings about this, because I think it's going to go well. Hippie Gypsy, time and place of the committee. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Thursday, June 9th, 2022. Washington, D.C. I could tell you which building if you would like. I know where to get that information. Taylor B says, I hope they don't screw it up. Well, me too, but there's a lot of good stuff in that chart. I mean, there are some challenges in every chart. Hello, spiritual affair. But there were a lot of positive aspects in that, with things working together. So I'm getting good energy. So hello, Brian. Oh, it just started. Gosh, I just went over the January 6th Select Committee astrology chart. The hearings specifically. The committee has its own chart. It was created when Pelosi announced it. I've got a chart for that. But for Hannah Bean, at what channel, please? For the hearings, they'll be all over the place. I'm going to be live. I'm those days. I'm going to be. I might actually come on briefly at noon. We'll see. Because we're going to have a lot to talk about even before. But the first one's going to be in the evening. A lot of the others are going to be in the mornings, and I'll come on that day. Those will be my live streams. But you can come here. You can come to the Black and Orange channel, and we'll watch it together. So yeah, I'll have it. Every one of the hearings will be live. I will be showing it live right here. No question. I'm still not getting confirmation on the dates of the hearings other than this first one. And I've shown this before. This is the information I have. The first one is correct. I don't know about the rest of these. This is what the Guardian said was happening, but there's no confirmation from the committee itself. There's nothing scheduled. But the first one is correct. And I will be live for whenever they are. They can have them at 3 a.m. I'll be here. I'll be live. Yeah. And yes. And as I show this, I usually show that June 16th, Thursday, 4th anniversary of the channel. So just for fun. All right. Put this back up. And we'll go on to the other readings. So M. Kelby says the hearings are on CBS and ABC. They're going to be, it's going to be on, of course, the news channels. It's going to be on PBS. It's going to be on C-SPAN. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to try these again. Thank you, Rainey. Thank you. All right. Eileen says, meet at noon to talk about what munchies we're going to watch the hearings with. Yeah. This is the gold foil tarot. Oops, there you go. Gold foil tarot. And they are, I got them because they apparently will last a long time. But the problem I'm running into is that they're very slippery. And I know some new cards can be slippery, but these are, but they go well with today's, we're doing this kind of antique brown thing. Yeah, the slippery cards, exactly, for you, Smith. So this could get interesting. But I think I'm getting better with them, she says as a card goes flying. Rainier says, I'm shocked the Republicans aren't screaming to their sycophants, don't watch. Michael Cohen, Dr. Nancy, Living Co-Creatively, says Michael Cohen will be commenting. Okay. Holly and Friends, slippery cards for slippery people. I love that. Weezy Squeezebox says, shiny. All right. So let's jump. We've got Kelly's question here. Gosh, it's 22 minutes already. Time with you flies because it's fun. The weirdness gets weirder. Do tell. Huff Post put out an article from Truth. I call it Truth Social. You know, it's how they spell it, you know. And we know it's not truth, so it must be Truth. Truth Social, about a children's book starring King Donald, bedeviled by Hillary Queenton and shifty knights. King Donald accused of working with Russioians by a dossier? Kids don't know the word dossier. Kept in a steel box. You can't make this stuff up. Do I even want to know what the book sales will be? Is this a real thing? Do we have a name? Do we have an author? You forget. Black and Orange is a part of Book Art Media LLC, which is a publishing company, which is my publishing thing. And I've got all kinds of little tools and ways to find out information about how successful a book is doing is in general. So, Jen Glenn, yes, it's real. Do we have a name and an author? Gina Brown says, I'll be watching with my notepad and paper. King Donald. You know those covers I used to make for my videos? I have one of King Donald. So, Kitty Connell is saying it's called The Plot Against the King by Kash Patel. The cover is hilarious. Kelly's sharing that. Okay, all right. We got to do this. Hang on. The problem is I'll have to share my screen because it's in a different the app. It's a specific app. It's in the but it's only in this other browser, so I can't go directly. So it's Kash Patel. The Plot Against the King. Oh dear Lord. All right, I'm going to, heaven help me. There's probably some kind of security reason I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to just risk it anyway. And let me share my actual screen. Marsha Trump wants to disannul school libraries. Well, there was a woman who in Berlin during World War II, or the late 30s at least, who was the police came to visit her, and they came into her little apartment in Berlin, and they were on the fence about, wondering if she was under suspicion, but they saw a red book. Like they saw into the bedroom, and there was a red book by her bed. They thought it was a copy of Mein Kampf, so they let her. They were like, oh, "All right." Turned out it was a phone book. Man. Okay, I'm going to share the entire screen. Share. Okay. Hi. I'm down here. Little tiny thing. All right, let's look at this. So this is the plot against the king. That's the cover. He hasn't been that thin since he was 12. Written by Kash Patel, art by Laura Vincent. May God have mercy on her soul. A key player in uncovering one of our nation's biggest injustices, tell the whole stories for kids. Kash Patel partners with the Beacon of Freedom Publishing House, an imprint of brave books, to bring a fantastical, that's true, fantastical. This whole thing being fantastical. Yes, I agree with that part. Retelling of Hillary's horrible plot against Trump to the whole family, full of fake heralds and Keeper Comey's spying slugs. This is a story of daring and danger, but never fear. Cash, the distinguished discoverer, will win the day. Oh, please. It is the #1 bestseller in children's action and adventure books. All right. Have any information on this thing? Oh my goodness, it's making money. This thing is selling. Estimated monthly revenue is nearly $500,000. Well, if it's sales rank 15 in all of Amazon. Ooh, Kash Patel's making some money. Let me go down here. Oh, look. A fantastical retelling of the terrible true story. You mean a retelling of the terrible fantastical story? I think, let me rearrange those words for you. Oh, yay. #1 in children's action and adventure books. #2 in children's humor. Humor, yeah, it's definitely hysterical. It's in the top 15. See the top 100 books. Red Sings Verities. See all the places you go. That becomes this becomes a bestseller at this time every year. It's for grads. People get it for grads. Atomic Habits, that was good. Power, this is an older book. I mean, obviously some of these are older, but oh, and there it is. Plot Against the King. Well, bully for them. Bully for the bully. Making money. World. 9 of Swords. Queen of Wands. Publishing house is happy. But, and it's being very successful. The publishing house is happy. You've got a Queen of Wands here. But things are going to look a little different once the hearings get going, once more and more information is coming out. That's a whole lot of worry. That's a whole lot of worry. Oh, that's stuck down here. So Chariot, the big show is coming Thursday, and it starts Thursday night. Talk about much must-watch TV. So anyway, and yet that's a point. Tish L. just joined you, read about this. Such a foolish idea. Can't recall the name he gave Hillary. Oh, I said it at the beginning. Where did I? Darren Smith saying, so 45 thinks he is king. Yeah, that's the other thing. Oh. Why are you upside down? Which is, uh-oh, did I just do this upside down? No, they're facing the same way, except the justice card turned over. It spun around. Interesting. All right. All right, let's go on to the other questions then. At 31, Hey Funny had a question. Oh, yeah. Oh, this energy. I can't stay long in this energy, but I will pull a few cards on it. Will there be justice in Uvalde? I don't know that there can be. I mean, the damage is... according to San Antonio newspaper editor, Uvalde police are so desperate they have recruited biker gangs to intimidate media to stop interviews. As a side note, I live in Texas. These bikers are almost a militia unto themselves, well organized and well connected. Really? Where was it? Renier says, I heard Uvalde's raising the school. They should. They should. Kelly is saying, wasn't Trump's other book doing well in sales because he was buying them? Junior's book sold well because the RNC bought up like insane number of copies. For those of you who are just listening, I just pulled a card for the reading about Uvalde. It was the death card. It's where we are. All right. King of Cups. Oh, I can't stand this energy. 7 of Cups. Tower. 9 of Pentacles. Wow. I've got a Page of Swords upside down. Their bullying is not working. They think they're sitting pretty. Their bullying is not working. That you don't need me to tell you that police department has some serious problems, and the rot runs deep. This was people were happy and they thought they were safe. They thought they were part of this community. The absolutely unthinkable happened. And now these jerks, it's not working what they're doing. They're what's worked in the past, what they think they can do. Yes, Pam Bryant. Oh my, those cards. Yes. Darren Smith said Meghan McCain and Kellyanne Conway's books are not selling. Look for them in the dollar stores. Oh, I'll have to look those up, see how they're doing. Ace of Pentacles. Page of Swords again. And the Tower again. And the High Priestess. This is going to go on for a while. There's a lot of rot. There's a lot of hidden stuff here. This is... I've got a moon card sitting off to the side here. This is a mess, and it's going to go on for a while, I'm afraid. There's no quick, easy way out of this. M. Kelpie says they tried bullying a young mom, threatening to revoke her probation. Yeah. Catherine Rodriguez said, I am certain that the parents in Uvalde will find a way to talk to reporters. They want the truth also. True. Okay. 3530. Holly and France had a question about Boris Johnson. From the nightmarish to the ridiculous. Boris Johnson survived the no confidence vote today. Has it already happened? Let me know. I'll just read on Boris Johnson. Plus, will the Tories suffer in the next parliamentary election because of Bojo's antics? What happened? Does anybody know what happened with the Boris Johnson vote of no confidence? Did it happen? Eileen Sage, yeah. Almost, not yet? Okay. Thank you, guys. All right, I think I've had about as much of this deck today as I can take. It's going to take a while until it's not quite so slippery, but, use it here and there. Oh. All right. Oh, good old faithful. Voting now. Okay. Lisa Graham, 8 p.m. in Britain. The vote will be at 8 p.m. in Britain. It's not late. Okay. Oh, wow. These are so stiff compared to those cards. But Boris Johnson. All right, at 37. He feels. I don't know anything about this, by the way. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting he's actually nervous right now, which he's very nervous, which surprises me. Usually it's I've gotten away with everything, therefore. Boris Johnson. Vote of no confidence. Wow. Feeling dizzy. Paula Vella, he's a plonker. Knight of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Four of Swords. Ace of Wands. This vote of no confidence, is it his own people who are really pushing this, or is it everybody else? Because these aren't cards of the other party. And this is legislative silence. Just dead and buried. Holly France, yes, his party will vote. They want something new. I got two knights here. They're fighting for something new. And this could very well be Boris Johnson's legislative plans, dreams, what have you, coming to an abrupt halt. Well, we'll see. But these are not good cards. We want something new. And what he's been, this is not good. All right, let me double check. Let me see if I can get any more information. Kelly, is it something in the hair? It could be. Paul Vella says, yes, the conservatives have rebelled against him. Eight of Swords. Yikes. That feels like the conservatives are willing to shoot themselves in the foot by doing something like this and showing such it when you attack your own, you empower, embolden the other side. So I've got a clump of lipstick there. Oh, much better. This is shooting themselves in the foot. Eileen says if he loses, he is removed as party leader. It would not trigger an election, though. They would select a new leader. Well, I'm getting shooting themselves in the foot. They're tired. 9 of Wands. They want a new plan. New. Again, another ace. Another... Look, all these cards, all this energy is saying, he's out. You're done. That's what the cards are saying. That's what the energy is saying. So we'll see. Okay. Holly, we could look at the Tories tomorrow. How about that? I could move it over there. Tomorrow to you. Okay, Electra's okay. Electra's saying Biden gave out so many executive orders at the beginning of his term. Why is he reluctant to do it as a temporary fix for gun control and abortion rights? Okay. And then there was something that came later that was related. Here we go. Eileen was responding. One second. That needs to go here. All right. So Eileen was responding. I think Biden knows any executive order he puts out before the Supreme Court ruling would be shot down. I would like to see him put a stay for 90 days calling back Congress and Senate. Well, let me see what I can get here. I'll make this 2 readings, one on gun control and one on women's rights. Women's bodily autonomy. So at 43:30, okay, we're going to do 2 questions on Biden giving executive orders. Is he going to come out with an executive order to fix gun control? Yes, Kelly, timing is so important. I agree. Biden executive order on gun control. Oh, Ricky, I'm right here. I'm right here. Devil? People walking to schools with AR-15s? Yeah. Keep this nearby. Seven of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. Chariot. Judgment. Temperance. He's not gonna. He wants A Band-Aid might help because the gun control lobby is gathered so much. But I've got 3 major arcana here. I've got the devil for the reading, and this is wanting to get Congress to do something big. This is big. This is like public hearings, like big public hearings, or something to stop the violence, to make it get people in Congress to set things up, just to paint. This sounds gross, but it's just a metaphor to metaphorically paint the Republicans with the paint of the victims. So, but that's big. This is all major arcana. I'm not getting an executive order, which would be, it could help in narrow ways. And heaven knows we need all the help we can get. But this is big. He's waiting for something big. So, yikes. All right, let's spread the major arcana out so I don't. I don't like having it all in one place. There we go. All right. Moratorium, Lisa Graham. Yeah. Until gun safety laws are passed. Yeah, I mean, but there's only so much he can do. And the minute he does anything, it's going to be in front of the Supreme Court as fast as they can get it there. So. $47. Where am I? Oh, 47. There it is. 4730. All right. How about Joe Biden? How about an executive order to protect women? This energy feels better. There's nothing about this in the Constitution. Yes, Elector Storm. Just vote blue to change things to help Biden. Yes. Elector Storm says we need to push Congress then. Yes. Oh, Kathy Delisle, you okay? Executive order. Yeah. Yep. Whatever he can do. Whatever he can do to try to protect women. Make it easier to cross state lines. And if you think, what? People can cross state lines now. Well, there's some red states that are trying to stop that. Trying. Not saying they'll succeed. Oh, look. Lover's card. Four of Swords. 3 of Wands. Queen of Wands. Queen of Cups. Biden's going to do what he can. Yeah, they're going to try to get creative on what he can. Yeah, when the SCOTUS ruling comes down, it's going to be ugly for a year or two. I'm afraid to say. So, but he is definitely these the far right jerks. This is the horrible situation that the Supreme Court's going to put us in. And then, but yeah, this is the whole administration. It isn't just him. It's Democrats in general. It's everybody in the administration. It's the DOJ. I think the DOJ will offer advice. So, yeah. All right. Where are we? Storm had a question about Dems taking over the House and Senate. Yes, please. Let's do that. 50-30. 50-30. All right. Once the Dems can take over the Senate and House, yes, please. Yes, please. Will Biden be able to reform all of the federal government institutions that were gutted by Trump and taken over by Trumpsters? Well, I think he's already doing quite a bit of it. Reform federal government institutions gutted by Trump, like getting rid of Joy. That could happen. Yeah. Do you guys remember when Rex Tillerson took over as Secretary of State and he just decimated the State Department, where, you know, people who had been there like 30 years, who had incredible expertise on certain areas of the world and the players, and he was just like, you're all fired. There was even I think it was a Vanity Fair article, and the writer said, yeah, you can pretty much just kind of watch the tumbleweeds blowing down the building. You know, there were jokes about, you know, how many homeless people were going to move into the unused, you know, vast stretches of the State Department. Yes, Menzie, I think most cabinet members have been cleaning up the mess they got. Yes. Yes. 9 of Cups. All right. Sun. Oh, okay. This is the Sun card coming up with something nice. Oh, that's a nice change. Sunlight's the best disinfectant. Unless you're Trump. In which case, anyway. Page of Wands. Emperor. Hermit. Isolating the Trumpers. Yep, they're cleaning it up. They're still in the they're still it's policies. It's going to take years to get rid of all of that garbage. Oh boy. All right. Oh, Lullabelle. Transiting Saturn is in Biden's third house of communication, so he'll be cautious about what he says. He'll have Black Moon Lilith, BML, female anger, return on July 9th. Yikes. July 9th is a Saturday. Oh boy, okay. Dave likes the sounds of the card shuffling. Nice, good. All right. Now, Deborah Murphy had a question, but I don't know that this is an issue because it is illegal, and it's not easy to hide. I don't think, but I could be wrong. 54 and a bit. 54. Are we going to find out the Republicans have always given out gifts like gas cards, etc.? Well, usually when you do stuff like that, that's buying votes, it's illegal. And since you're doing it for a large number of people, it becomes public. It's hard to keep it quiet. But I could be wrong, so I'm gonna ask here. Communication, it would come out. Let's see. So, giving out gift cards to charity, giving out little bits. That's a card for the reading. Yep. Eight of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Lovers. They give things like stupid breaks to their wealthy donors. The big showy thing doesn't. Yeah, you can't do it. So that's why they get the sweetheart deals for the donors and that kind of stuff. Mendy, I like the gas cards for guns. Yes, but those were police departments. They can do that all day long. They have a budget for it. I think more of them should do that. I'm not getting that. Okay. So, hey, Funny says they pay for those big audiences in the Trump rallies too. Yes, it comes under at the heading though to get people to help people get to rallies. They don't give a. Well, I'm just not getting that directly. And of course, Trump started out by paying for his audience in Trump Tower because nobody wanted to listen to him. I still don't. 57. Michael Reaney had a question. This is about the Select Committee hearings, I believe. Will anything be revealed in the January 6 hearings that might lead to Justice Thomas being impeached? Yes, please. Oh, please. From your little tappy fingers to God's ear. Michael Reaney. Will anything be revealed in the January 6 hearings that will lead to Justice Thomas being impeached? Where are you, Thomas? Ugh. Hearings. I'm getting him sitting in a seat being I'm sure it's a metaphor, but being very uncomfortable. Like, when I don't know if you've ever, I'm sure we've all sat in a seat somewhere where we just sat there and it was just like things sticking in our back and suddenly you just can't. Can make it very, very uncomfortable. Mendy said easier to have him resign than impeached. King of Cups. That's, for what it's worth, card for the reading, that's Biden. That's Biden as in another Supreme Court seat, please. Oh, that would be so good. What's the problem? My wife just helped pay for the buses to get people to a rally. There's just a little bit of money. I don't think it's quite that simple, but 9 of Wands, Tower, Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands. They're going to be asking questions about his wife. Very, very uncomfortable. Can't sit, can't. So does that mean he's going to leave? Does that mean he's going to resign? Boy, you have to. I don't know if there's a super glue dissolving fluid that could get him out of his Supreme Court seat, but oh gosh, it's like he's twisting himself into knots to try to stay in the seat, but it's so uncomfortable. Some kind of machinery outside. I hope you can't hear it because it's this terrible high-pitched thing in my ears. Brania says she's way more involved than people realize. I believe you're right. Toxic Lover says I have a scraper that might work. Or just dump, metaphorically, just dump him out of the chair. Judgment. Well, he thinks he's the great. I'm the justice. I am above ye. Four of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. This is his wife. Hermit. You should have recused yourself. 10 of Cups. It doesn't feel like it's immediate. It feels like it takes time. But they come down on his wife. Man. Oh, you can't hear anything. Good, Eileen. Good. Man, oh day. Do they come down on his wife and her plans and him not recusing himself. And it's just more and more uncomfortable. He can't sit in the seat. It's like there's a big malformed part here, and so he can't sit right. And that's what I'm getting really strongly. So almond pressure, yeah. But ultimately, and the card for the last reading was the King of Cups. This is happy Democrats. But though the bell says another yay is in order. Kelly says, bye, Felicia. I mean, Jenny. I love you guys. All right. You help me get through this. I hope I help you get through this because you certainly helped me get through this. All right. 102.30. 102.30. Leslie had a question. Will the DOJ start making arrests as the January 6th report airs? I think you mean the hearings. Because if it's airs, then it would be the hearings. So I'm going to guess you mean hearings. And I don't know that it would necessarily be certainly not the first one, but like this is going to go on. This isn't going to be like 8 consecutive days, 6 consecutive days, or 8 consecutive days. It's so, yeah, toward the end. Cut the deck. Ace of Cups. There's the Tower. Gonna raid on the MAGA parade. Insurrectionist parade. Oh, thank you. Michelle says, would this be the charge in the water you were feeling a little while ago? Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, back in, I think I wanted, now I could be wrong. I want to say it was in December of 2019. It was before it was before January 6th, wasn't it? Where I was feeling like there's a depth charge that's gone into the water. And it was just so strong. I'll have to try to figure out where that was. Anyway. All right. Will the DOJ start making arrests as the hearings air? Great question, Leslie. Eileen says, remember, the grand jury is quietly working in the back. I think once the January 6th public hearings are done, they will hand a lot of stuff over to the grand jury. And we already know the DOJ has been getting quite a bit of information from the January 6th Select Committee. So arrests during the January 6th Select Committee hearings. Partnership. I'm not comfortable when cards are too good to be true, but that's partnership. That is the committee work, as that committee working really well. I feel like I'm overselling it. Magician, or the spirit's overselling it. I don't know. Magician, Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, is there a tree cutting service nearby? What is that noise? Sorry, it's a terrible noise. Sorry. 7 of Wands. Let me know if it bothers you. I'll head out a little early. There's a Justice card. This feels like clamoring for, come on, work with me. People clamoring for justice, for the DOJ to start arresting people. The partnership standing up against these fighters on the far right, all of the information laid out right there, puts the people on the far right on the defensive and facing potential serious criminal. Oh, I'm glad you guys can't hear it. Criminal. This isn't like they may face. No, this feels like, yeah, you're done. This feels really strong. I don't know that it's arrest, but it feels like a lot of stuff picked up from the committee and taken over the DOJ. And poof, there you go. Good. Very good microphone. Sarah's husband is a sound engineer, and he recommended this microphone for me. It's worked out very well, and I'm very grateful. Okay. Thank you, Linda Sue. All right. Eileen then had a question about Gohmert. So we're back at the ridiculous. 107.30. 07:30. Let's see here. Eileen asked, Representative Louie Gohmert, Republican from Texas, says Peter Navarro indictment means Republicans can't even lie to Congress or lie to an FBI agent, or they're coming after you. Yes, he said that. Is he for real? I didn't actually read. I read on, when this first came out, I read on this, but I don't think it was that exact question. Is it seriously Louie Gohmert? Really? Gretchen, yes. I wonder how many have travel plans after the hearings. Yes. Or going on vacation during the hearings. Bye. Emperor, Magician, Hanged Man. All right, Louie Gohmert. We're moving on to Louie Gohmert. Do you really? Peter Navarro, indictment means Republicans can't even lie to Congress or lie to an FBI agent, or they're coming after you. It's not just the Peter Navarro indictment. And someone needs to explain to the legislator some very basic law that most people know. I could be wrong, but I think most people know you can't lie to an FBI agent. That's bad. And why would you want to? Don't lie to law enforcement. If anything, if you really don't want to say something, zip it. You have the right to remain silent. Try that before you go lying to any law enforcement individual. Just a thought. But there are different other circumstances that can crop up, of course. But Gohmert, really, this is Knight of Swords. Oh, paranoid. Oh my gosh, the world revolves around him. Really? I'm so important. somebody who's spent the time that you and I have spent reading books, reading articles, learning, listening. He has spent patting himself on the back, staring into the mirror, and keeping his worldview as narrow as possible. And it matters. That's quite the burden. 10 of Wands, Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, Magician, 10 of Cups. Do you really believe this? Wow, that's quite the fantasy. His very existence is coming under attack. Major arcana, the far left autocracy, they're coming to get, you're so full of yourself. Get over yourself, Gohmert. That's what I'm getting. Does he actually believe? Is he for real? Did he actually? Yeah, he isn't that narrow-minded. And Lauren, you had a question, but I need to ask you a question about your question. So let me know if you're still here, please. Hey, Kevin. All right, 5 of Cups. He can't knock over enough of the cups. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, 3 of Wands. It's the truth. These are the text messages. These are the things Peter Navarro said on Ari Melber when he went on there at least 3 times. I saw him on there 3 times. Was he on more than that? We should be able to do what we want. Yeah, I'm okay, that's a weird mental image, but I'll just share it. Do you guys remember, like Funhouse mirrors? Or the mirror mazes you get in old fairgrounds, right? And you walk in and you've got all the mirrors. It's like he's looking at himself, but it's inside, it's like inside a nautilus shell. So as he's going forward, he's just staring at himself, but it's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. That's the mental image I just got. Wow. You need the jaws of life to open that man's mind. Man. Dr. Nancy Living Co-Creatively says DOJ depends on the grand jury, not the committee. Yep. Thank you for that. So, all right. And Lauren's question, is Lauren still around? Maybe not. No. Amora Ross says Louie Gohmert's a former judge. Oh my gosh. Power might have gone to his head just a little. Just a little. Kevin says he is the don't make aspersions on my asparagus guy. Isn't he? Real bright? I don't remember that. Pamela Bryant, says he was a judge on the appeals court. Lilibel says he has Pluto conjunct his sun. Well, he needs to get his head out of the underworld. Kelpie, look at Ian's comment. Pamela, hi, yep, it's true. That's all I saw. Sorry. Teresa Ford, he doesn't know the laws about lying to Congress and the FBI? Yeah. Okay. 115, Chuck Grassley. Is Chuck Grassley going to be in line to be outed? And will he be arrested or forced out? I don't know what you mean by outed. Sometimes we have, with people who that maybe their first language isn't English, or they're just, that means something different to me. But I'm going to go with, is he going to be arrested or forced out? I'm just going to stick to that. Gretchen says, Ian said Gohmert spoke fluent Russian. Oh boy. All right, Grassley. Unbelievable. All right, Grassley, where are you? His time is short. His time is short. I can see the exit sign. It's not right above him, but it's just right there. And there's the open, semi-open doorway. It's right there. His time is short. Hello, boo-boo. How are you doing? He's like, are you almost done? Are you almost done? This is actually the last question for today. Yes, it is. Oh, you're a sweetie. Grassley. Lover's card. True Believers cult. Knight of Cups. 5 of Swords. King of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Eight of Cups. This is him having to walk away. Younger people coming in. This is some kind of prosecution. This is them coming with the information about his insult to injury. This kind of prosecution. This is somebody younger taking over, which wouldn't be hard, but somebody younger taking over his position and him walking away because of the evidence collected. That's what the cards are saying. That's what the cards are saying. So I'll just leave it at that. And die. And that's going to do it for me for today. That's going to do it for us for today. Oh, look at that good kitty. Look at that good kitty. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll be right back here tomorrow, same time. I'm here 365 days of the year. And it's 1:24 here in Chicago. At 4 o'clock, I will be over at the Book Art Media channels, do creative sprints. You're always welcome. Oh, Diva got me a Texas Paul coffee mug. Texas Paul? I don't know what that is, I'm afraid. But anyway, have a great rest of your day. Hang in there. You're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. There are, okay? So hang in there. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thank you. Take care.